In life, we often believe that living honestly, working hard, and standing firm in our principles is enough to stay on the right path. Yet sometimes, just one moment of weakness or a tiny spark of greed can change an entire life. Many people are inherently good and act righteously, but when the mind is not controlled, negative thoughts can quietly slip in and lead them toward the wrong decisions. This story reminds us that our greatest enemy is not circumstances or other people. It is the fleeting thoughts that arise within our own minds. If we are not careful, these thoughts can open the door to regret and destroy the values we have built over the years. Therefore, controlling the mind and staying alert is incredibly important. Jake was a young man living in a small village where his life was filled with hardship and sorrow. Despite being poor, Jake never gave up. Every day, he went out searching for work, doing anything he could to earn a little money to survive. He lived simply, ate modestly, and held honesty as his most sacred principle. But one day, even after searching everywhere, Jake still couldn't find any work. On his way home, tired and discouraged, he suddenly heard an old man calling out, asking for help carrying a heavy bag. What seemed like an ordinary encounter would become a major turning point in Jake's life, beginning a series of tests involving honesty and the power of thought. When Jake agreed to help, the old man handed him 3 large bags, one said to contain bronze, one silver, and one gold. Each was extremely heavy, yet Jake patiently carried them as the old man requested. First, he crossed a rushing river, then climbed a steep, slippery hill. Throughout the journey, the old man kept expressing suspicion, constantly warning Jake not to run away with the money. Hearing "don't run" again and again made Jake uncomfortable, but he remained calm and continued helping. Jake insisted he was an honest man who had never betrayed anyone. He even shared that he once quit a job at a loan company because he refused to alter records and lie to clients. Jake wanted to prove that despite his hardships, he still held firmly to his morals. His words revealed his genuine character, someone who tried to live righteously no matter how others doubted him. But Jake's true test was still ahead. After carrying all 3 bags ahead while the old man lagged behind, a dangerous thought suddenly appeared in Jake's mind. At first, it was just a small idea. He's too old. He can't catch me. But that thought quickly grew into real temptation. Jake began imagining that if he ran away with the bags, he could change his entire life. From a poor young man, he could become wealthy, live comfortably, and enjoy the life he had always dreamed of. These thoughts, though subtle at first, slowly took over his mind and clouded his judgment. In the end, Jake allowed greed to control him and ran home with all 3 bags, abandoning the old man behind. When he reached home, Jake hurriedly opened the bags, hoping to see silver and gold. Instead, he found only small, worthless stones. Confused and shocked, he couldn't understand why the old man had deceived him. While checking the bags, he found a neatly folded piece of paper. The letter revealed the truth. The old man was actually the king of the land. With no heir, he disguised himself as a commoner to find a truly honest person worthy of being adopted as his son and successor. Jake realized that if he had stayed true to his values a little longer, he would have inherited an entire kingdom. Overwhelmed with regret, he understood that one greedy moment had cost him everything. The story delivers a profound lesson about the power of thought. Sometimes, a single moment of weakness can destroy values we have protected for years. Jake was a righteous man, but one tempting thought made him lose the greatest opportunity of his life. This shows that every action begins with a thought. Thoughts become words. Words become actions. Actions form habits, and habits shape our future. Therefore, if our thoughts are driven by negativity, selfishness, or greed, they can lead us down the wrong path. Negative thoughts not only harm us, but can also destroy the good we are trying to build. On the other hand, when we plant positive, honest, and disciplined thoughts in our minds, we cultivate inner strength that leads to a better life and a more solid future. The story reminds us to always stay aware of the temptations born within our own minds. It ultimately teaches that only by controlling our thoughts and staying true to honesty can we create a brighter future. A clear mind and an upright heart are the foundation that guides us in the right direction and protects us from painful mistakes.